Welcome back to our YouTube channel. So today I would like to talk about thermal expansion. So what is thermal expansion? First of all, I would like to talk about expansion in itself. The word expansion simply means a change in size of an object. But when you say thermal expansion, thermal in physics relates to heat. That means the change in size of an object when subjected to heat. And we have thermal expansion occurring in solids, in liquids, and in gases. The formula for linear thermal expansion is now. Thermal expansion in solids is simply, or an example of that would be an iron rod kept in the sun and subjected to the heat of the sun. That leads to an increase in the size of that iron rod. Another example would be your wire. That is why sometimes when there is too much sun, the wire that is kept outside begins to sag. Before, the wire might have been like this, and after some couple hours, the wire begins to sag and increase in size. But during the evening time, it returns back to its initial shape. So that is an example of expansion in solids. Now, expansion also happens in liquids. But expansion in liquids, particularly water, is quite weird. That is why it is termed the anomalous expansion of water. Anomalous meaning anomaly, something that is quite different from the rest of them. This is because water actually expands when it is cooled. And that is quite opposite of what happens in solids. Because when solids are heated, they expand. When they are cooled, they contract. But for water, when water is being cooled, it actually expands, and when it is being heated, it contracts. So this anomalous behavior of water makes it kind of special in a way, and it kind of expands between the temperature of 0 to 4 degrees Celsius. Gases also expands as well. Gases, an example of seeing a gas expand would be a balloon. When you have a balloon and there is air in the balloon, if you subject that balloon to heat, the molecules of those air begin to move faster and occupy more space, and the balloon pumps up. So that is an example of expansion in gases. So this is the formula for linear expansion. We also have superficial or area expansion, given as A2 minus A1 over A1 T2 minus T1. And for cubic expansion, this is when we are talking about volume. For cubic expansion, it is given as V2 minus V1 over V1 in brackets T2 minus T1. And these three formulas are related by a formula that gives B as 2 alpha, and we have gamma, which is a Greek letter, as 3 alpha. So this is there's a way you can actually relate this formula by using these two formulas here. So in the next video, I'll be solving some examples on thermal expansion. Thank you. Welcome to another video on thermal expansion. Today, I would like to talk about real and apparent expansivity. So we have a particular case where we have a liquid in a containing vessel. When it expands, the containing vessel expands. The liquid in that containing vessel also expands. That is why we have separate cases, and we call one the real expansivity and the other one the apparent expansivity. So the formula for the apparent expansivity, denoted as gamma A, is the volume or the mass or the weight of the liquid expelled over the volume, the mass or the weight of the liquid multiplied by the temperature rise. And the apparent expansion is for liquids only. That is for the expansion of the liquid itself, not the containing vessel, not the bottle containing the water, the liquid itself. And for the real expansivity, now this is the expansion of the liquid and the container. So the expansion of that liquid and the container is called the real expansivity. And the real expansivity is given by the formula gamma R is equal to gamma A plus gamma C, where gamma R denotes the real expansion, gamma A denotes the apparent expansion, and gamma C denotes the expansion of the container. And if you can recall from the previous video, I gave the relationship between the cubic expansion and the linear expansion. So the cubic expansion is related to the linear expansion by this formula. But this is a formula that relates to the container itself, not the liquid. So for the container itself, the cubic expansion is equal to 3 times the linear expansion of that container. And there's also a mnemonic I would like to teach you regarding, or in a way to compare different metals and which has more expansivity and which has less expansivity. The mnemonic goes like this: all agents cure fever. The first 2 letters of this sentence here stands for a chemical symbol. Al stands for aluminium. Ag stands for silver. Cu stands for copper. Fe, sorry, I was supposed to write fever here. Fe stands for iron. So what this is saying is that aluminium has more expansivity than silver, but silver has more expansivity than copper, and copper has more expansivity than iron. The reason why this is important is in some cases in Jamb, they can give you different types of metals and ask which metal has more expansivity in the list. So I have a question here that says a metal rod 800 millimeter is heated from 10 degrees Celsius to 95 degrees Celsius. If it expands by 1.36 millimeter, the linear expansivity of the metal is. So we are asked to calculate or to find the linear expansivity of that metal. And if you can recall, the formula is given by this. So we are asked to find alpha, which is the linear expansivity of that metal. Now, what are the parameters we have? We have a metal rod of this length. So the original length, which is L1, is 800 millimeter, is heated from 10 degrees Celsius to 95 degrees Celsius. So we have T1, which is the initial temperature, and T2, the final temperature. If it expands by 1.36 millimeter, so this is the quantity by which it expands, can be given as L2 minus L1 because it is the amount of expansion. So when you subtract the old length from the new length, you get the quantity of expansion, which is 1.36 millimeter in this case. So we have all the parameters needed to solve this question. So alpha is equal to L2 minus L1 is 1.36 from our deduction. So 1.36 over, what is L1? That is 800 millimeter. T2, 95 minus T1, 10. Punching this into my calculator, I would have okay. Yes. 2 times 10 to the power minus 5 per Kelvin. So this is the coefficient of linear expansion being asked. Yes. Moving on to the next question. I have a question that says a brass rod is 2 meters long at a certain temperature. What is the length for a temperature rise of 100 Kelvin if the linear expansivity of brass is this. So this is a linear expansivity question. So the parameters we have here is the original length, which is L1, 2 meter, at a certain temperature. Let's call the temperature T1. What is the length for a temperature rise of? So they said for a temperature rise, meaning the increase in that temperature. If you can recall from what we did here, this case for a temperature rise will be T2 minus T1 is equal to 100 Kelvin. If the linear expansivity of brass is this, so if alpha is 18 times 10 to the power minus 6 per Kelvin. So what they want us to calculate here is the length for this particular temperature. So they want us to find L2. So alpha is giving us L2 minus L1 over L1 T2 minus T1. So substituting the values, we have 18 times 10 to the power minus 6 is equal to L2, which is the unknown we are looking for, minus L1, which is 2 over L1, 2 down. So T2 minus T1 is 100. So cross multiplying, I have L2 minus 2 is equal to 10 times 10. 3.6 times 10 to the power minus 3. So L2 becomes 3.6 times 10 to the power minus 3 plus 2. So L2, which is 3.6 minus 3 plus 2, which is approximately 2.0036 meter. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your questions in the comment section.